Hey guys, this is Australian Brute Chinese with another GAMSAT video. Now if you watch my latest upload, you will know that I managed to achieve an overall score of 81 in the September 2020 GAMSAT, which puts me well within the top 1% of all candidates. This is impressive even for local candidates, not to mention the fact that I'm actually from an international background. In this video, I'm going to reveal my big secret to achieving this, which is right here in this box. And I want to share some thoughts on why I think that every candidate should view GAMSAT as an easy exam, not the monster it appears to be sometimes. If you think these are interesting topics, make sure you subscribe for future uploads. I believe that because GAMSAT tests some fundamental skills such as English expression, numeracy, and scientific reasoning skills, everybody goes into this exam with their individual advantages and disadvantages. For example, an arts graduate might excel in Section 1 and Section 2, whereas a science graduate is more likely to do better in Section 3. So with that said, this actually has a lot to do with what's actually within this box, and let's not waste any more time and open this baby up. For the sake of YouTube drama, I'm going to act like I've never seen what's inside this box before, even though I'm actually the person who put it in the first place. Okay, now what's actually the big secret to my GAMSAT success? Let's find out. What's this? It's a note. It's a note saying being born Chinese with a panda wearing glasses on it. But that's so racist. Look, the panda even looks a bit like me. I'm only half joking though, because if you grew up in any Asian countries and especially China, you would know that being a child means that not only do you have to deal with the endless exams and homework, you also have to attend a variety of extracurricular activities, not out of interest, but because if you don't do it, your parents think that you're going to fall behind because all the other kids are doing it. Within these activities, there is something called Olympic mathematics, which has become the norm in recent years, and I believe it gives Chinese students an early start in terms of maths and logical reasoning skills. To demonstrate what I mean, here is a mathematics question that the average Year 5 Chinese student is expected to solve. If you want to have a crack at it, I will give you 3 seconds to pause this video and have a read through. Without going into too many details, you should be able to realize after drawing some graphs that between the two cars, they would have traveled a total of 3 times the distance between A and B. And car 1 would have driven 3 times the distance when they first met, which was 95 kilometers. Therefore, the distance between A and B would be 3 times 95 minus 25, which was the distance car A traveled after hitting point B. And the answer comes to 260 kilometers. If you manage to solve this question, give yourself a pat on the back because congratulations, you're smarter than an 11-year-old Chinese student. Already, this question wouldn't feel so out of place as a standalone question in Section 3 of GAMSAT. This next high school physics problem that I found feels like it's straight out of a past paper. Feel free to have a look at it as well, but it looks like it can be solved with understanding in the Newton's laws and the Pauli system, as well as very strong algebra skills. On top of the training I received in China, I did a bachelor's degree in biology at an Australian university, and it has made my English so much better than when I first left my country. That, combined with my hobby as a big reader, as well as a part-time proofreading job, meant that although Section 1 and Section 2 was still difficult for me, it was possible for me to achieve the same level of scores as a local student would. So as much as I don't want to admit, my tortuous childhood combined with an Australian education had been preparing me for GAMSAT pretty much my whole life, and really that was my secret to GAMSAT success. By this point you might be thinking, well, how does that help me? Unfortunately, I wasn't born in a country where the systematic psychological and physical abuse of children is not only permitted, but practiced on a societal scale in the form of so-called compulsory education. Well, let's move on to our next point of why I think you shouldn't view GAMSAT as this monster that once you defeat, it will be happy ever after and you don't have to do anything more challenging ever again. Because, let's be honest, that's simply not true. When we pass GAMSAT and go into medical schools, the studying is only going to be more intense. And what makes it even more challenging is that it's going to be a 4-year continuous effort. And when we graduate and become beginning doctors, it will be like taking a GAMSAT or your final medical exams every day at work, except that you don't get to do it again. And when you fail, you could fail someone's life. Now, compared to these responsibilities, wouldn't you say GAMSAT is easy? And it's nothing but a small hurdle that we have to cross in a lifetime of ever increasingly bigger hurdles. And that, in my opinion, is what makes the career of a medical professional interesting. That kind of ended on a really serious note, and I hope this hasn't been one of those videos where the person who did well in GAMSAT humbly brags about how smart they are, while offering nothing but false hope. I guess the takeaway messages from this video were that people with different backgrounds should prepare for GAMSAT differently, and the correct mentality and motivation is very important for success in GAMSAT. I will try and make weekly videos to expand on these topics, so please like and subscribe, and feel free to ask me any questions down in the comments. I will make an effort to answer them individually. Thanks for watching Australian Brute Chinese. Bye.